Welcome back, everyone. It is so good to see you here today. If you are new to the channel, make yourself comfortable. I'm Susan. I spent over 20 years working as a Social Security administrator, and I have helped thousands of people navigate the most confusing financial system in America. I have sat across the desk from retirees who were thrilled with their decisions, and I have held the hands of seniors who realized too late that they made a costly mistake. Because I spent my career inside the system, I see things that the average person misses. I see the fine print that nobody reads. I see the rules that trip people up. And unfortunately, I see the penalties that catch hardworking Americans completely off guard. Today, we need to have a very important, very honest conversation about what happens after you turn 62. Specifically, we need to talk about the penalties that nobody warns you about. Penalties that can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. For a long time, people thought the only decision was simple: take Social Security early or wait. But in reality, there are hidden traps built into the system that can slash your benefits, reduce what your spouse receives after you're gone, and even trigger unexpected tax bills. My senior viewers, my absolute favorite group to help, are particularly vulnerable to these traps because, let's be honest, the Social Security Administration does not make this easy to understand. So, grab a cup of coffee, maybe get a notepad, and let's do a benefits audit together. I'm going to walk you through 5 penalties that can devastate your retirement income, and I'm going to explain exactly how to avoid them. Let's start with penalty number 1, and this is the big one that most people vastly underestimate: the permanent reduction penalty. Here is what the Social Security Administration does not emphasize enough. If you claim benefits at 62, you are not just getting smaller checks for a few years, you are locking in a reduced benefit for the rest of your life. For anyone born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. If you claim at 62, you are claiming 5 years early, and Social Security reduces your benefit by approximately 30%. That reduction is permanent, it never goes away. Let me show you what this looks like in real dollars. Say your full retirement benefit at 67 would be $2,000 per month. If you claim at 62, you will receive approximately $1,400 per month instead. That is $600 less every single month for as long as you live. If you live to 85, that decision will cost you over $165,000 in lifetime benefits. And here is what really stings. Those cost of living adjustments you receive each year, they are calculated as a percentage of your current benefit. So if you start with a smaller base, your raises are smaller too. The gap between what you could have had and what you actually receive grows wider every single year. My advice: unless you have serious health concerns or absolutely need the money to survive, think very carefully before claiming at 62. Every year you wait, your benefit grows. Now let us move to penalty number 2. This one catches people completely off guard because they do not even know it exists: the earnings test penalty. Many of my viewers plan to claim Social Security at 62 and keep working part-time. Sounds reasonable, right? Here's the problem. If you are under full retirement age and earn above a certain threshold, Social Security will withhold part of your benefits. In 2025, that threshold is $23,400. For every $2 you earn above that limit, Social Security takes back $1 from your benefits. Let me show you how quickly this adds up. Say you claim at 62 and receive $1,400 per month in benefits, which is $16,800 per year. You also work part-time and earn $35,000. That means you earned $11,600 over the limit. Social Security will withhold $5,800 from your benefits that year. They do this by simply not sending you checks until they have recovered the money. You could go 5 or 6 months without seeing a single benefit payment. Now, here is the silver lining that I want you to understand. This money is not lost forever. When you reach full retirement age, Social Security recalculates your benefit to credit you back for the months that were withheld. Your monthly payment goes up slightly to compensate, but in the meantime, you have been living without that income, and it can throw your entire budget into chaos. The year you reach full retirement age, the rules ease up. You can earn up to $62,160 before the penalty kicks in, and the reduction drops to $1 for every $3 over the limit. Once you hit your full retirement age month, the earnings test disappears completely. You can earn as much as you want. If you plan to work and collect benefits, do the math first. Sometimes it makes more sense to delay claiming until you are ready to actually reduce your work hours. I had a gentleman come to my office years ago, absolutely furious. He had claimed at 62, kept his consulting business running, and then received a letter saying Social Security was withholding 6 months of benefits. Nobody had explained this rule to him. He felt blindsided, and honestly, he had every right to be. This is information that should be front and center when you apply, but it often gets buried in the fine print. Penalty number 3 is one that affects your family, not just you: the survivor benefit reduction. This is the one that breaks my heart the most because people do not realize the impact their decision has on their spouse. Listen carefully. If you claim Social Security early and you pass away before your spouse, your surviving husband or wife will be stuck with a reduced survivor benefit for the rest of their life. Survivor benefits are based on what you were receiving when you died. If your benefit was reduced because you claimed early, their survivor benefit is reduced too. Here's an example. Say you claimed at 62 and your benefit was reduced to $2,400. Your spouse was counting on receiving your full $2,000 benefit as a survivor benefit after you pass. Instead, they will receive a survivor benefit based on your reduced amount. We are talking about hundreds of dollars less per month, potentially for decades. If you are the higher earner in your household, this decision does not just affect you, it affects the person you love most. Many financial planners actually recommend that the higher earning spouse delay benefits as long as possible, specifically to protect their surviving spouse. Penalty number 4 is less obvious, but it can significantly reduce your household income: the spousal benefit reduction. Here's something most people do not realize. If you claim your own retirement benefits early and you are also eligible for spousal benefits, those spousal benefits are reduced too. A full spousal benefit is worth up to 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit. But if you claim before your own full retirement age, that 50% shrinks. The earlier you claim, the less you get. For example, if your full retirement age is 67 and you claim spousal benefits at 62, you do not get 50%. You get approximately 32.5% of your spouse's benefit instead. And here's the crucial point. The only way to receive the full 50% spousal benefit is to wait until your own full retirement age. It does not matter when your spouse claimed. What matters is when you claim. For couples where one spouse earned significantly more than the other, this is a massive planning consideration. Do not assume you can claim early and still get the full spousal benefit. That is not how it works. Now, let us talk about penalty number 5. This one sneaks up on people because it does not come from Social Security at all. It comes from the IRS, the taxation penalty. Many retirees are shocked to discover that their Social Security benefits are taxable. Up to 85% of your benefits can be subject to federal income tax depending on your total income. Here's how it works. The IRS looks at something called your combined income. That is your adjusted gross income, plus any non-taxable interest, plus half of your Social Security benefits. If you are single and your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000, up to 50% of your benefits may be taxed. Above $34,000, up to 85% can be taxed. For married couples filing jointly, up to 50% of benefits are taxable if combined income is between $32,000 and $44,000. Above $44,000, you are looking at up to 85% being taxable. Here is the trap. Those income thresholds have not been adjusted for inflation since 1984. As wages and retirement income have grown over 4 decades, more and more retirees are crossing those thresholds. What was designed to tax only wealthy retirees now captures middle-income Americans. If you have pension income, retirement account withdrawals, or part-time work income on top of Social Security, you could find yourself with a surprise tax bill. Some retirees have Social Security withhold taxes from their monthly check to avoid this shock at tax time. You can request 7, 10, 12, or 22% withholding through your My Social Security account. Also, keep in mind that 9 states still tax Social Security benefits to some degree. Colorado, Connecticut, Minnesota, Montana, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia all have some form of state taxation on benefits, though many offer exemptions based on age or income. If you live in one of these states, factor that into your planning as well. Now that we have covered these 5 penalties, I want to give you an action plan. Here is your pre-claiming checklist. First, know your full retirement age. For most of you watching, it is 67. Do not assume it is 65. That is a common mistake. Second, calculate the real cost. Use the Social Security website calculators to see exactly how much your benefit drops if you claim at 62, 63, 64, and so on. See those numbers in black and white before you decide. Third, consider your spouse. If you are married, this is not just your decision. Talk about survivor benefits. Talk about spousal benefits. Make this decision as a team. Fourth, estimate your earnings. If you plan to work after claiming, calculate whether you will exceed the earnings limit. Factor in the withheld benefits when planning your budget. Fifth, project your taxes. Add up all your expected retirement income and see if your Social Security benefits will be taxable. Plan accordingly. I know this feels overwhelming. I know you might be sitting there thinking, I just want to retire and enjoy my life. Why does this have to be so complicated? It is complicated because Social Security was designed decades ago and has been patched and modified hundreds of times. The rules do not always make intuitive sense, but by understanding these penalties, you are protecting yourself. You are protecting your spouse. You are taking control of your financial future. In my next video, I am going to cover the new rules for 2026 that could affect when you decide to claim. There are some important changes coming that you need to know about. You do not want to miss that one. Thank you so much for trusting me with your retirement planning. Please take some time this week to log into your My Social Security account and review your estimated benefits. Look at the numbers for different claiming ages. Ask yourself if you can afford to wait. Stay informed, stay protected, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.